Hi guys, you're welcome to another exciting section with me. In this video and in following videos to come, we'll be exploring the CIA Triad in more details. Let's start with confidentiality. Remember that we said that confidentiality is about protecting sensitive information from unauthorized access. It is the first pillar of the CIA Triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Without confidentiality, sensitive data can be exposed to wrong hands, and this can lead to all sorts of problems. Remember that we discussed some common cybersecurity attacks, and today we'll be looking at common confidentiality attack, one of which is phishing attack. This is where an attacker tricks people into revealing sensitive information like passwords or credit card numbers through fake emails or websites. For example, you might receive an email that looks like it's from your bank asking you to reset your password, but it's actually a phishing scam trying to steal your information. Another confidentiality attack is eavesdropping. This happens when an attacker, secretly listens or captures data being transmitted over a network. And this usually happens when you use public Wi-Fi. And that's why you have to be careful when you see a free Wi-Fi and you just log into it. Also, we looked at man-in-the-middle attack in our previous videos, where we said that the attacker secretly intercepts and alters the communication between two parties. Data breaches occurs when confidential data is exposed to unauthorized individuals, either because of hacking or an insider leak. We hear about data breaches in the news all the time. Personal details of millions of people stolen from companies and exposed online. Also, insider threats, and these are threats that comes from within an organization, which could be malicious or unintentional threat. So it could be an employee that is angry because they got demoted or they got sacked, that decided to, leak sensitive information. And these are threats to confidentiality. Also, key login is a method used by attackers to record the keys you press on your keyboard. So they install a software or hardware that captures everything you type, including your password and personal information. Now let's talk about methods to protect confidentiality. The first we'll be looking at is encryption. Encryption is the process of taking readable data known as plain text and converting it into an unreadable format, which we call cipher text. Look at this image. This is plain text. So I have maybe Temitope is a good girl. When I encrypt it, it changes to this cipher text. Now you see this is unreadable. Can you read what this is? No. For example, if you're sending a message over the internet, if someone tries to intercept that message, they will see a bunch of gibberish just like this. They will not be able to decipher it unless they have the right key to decrypt that information back to plain text. This is the process. You encrypt it with your public key. It changes it to a cipher text, which is unreadable. And you decrypt it with a secret key to back to plain text, which is readable. Let's say this information is going from your phone to a server somewhere. When it's encrypted, as your password goes from here, going to maybe a server, just imagine this is a server, going to another server here, it is encrypted. So even if somebody intercepts, even if an attacker intercepts it, this is what they will see, unless they have access to the secret key. The next method of protecting confidentiality we'll be looking at is access control. Specific method here is the role-based access controls. We'll be talking about more types of access control in future details. But what this does is that it limits access to data based on the role someone plays within an organization. In a company, the sales team does not need access to the software developer's code base. Similarly, engineers don't need access to payroll data in finance. With role-based access control, everyone gets access only to the information that is relevant to their role. And this ensures that sensitive information is kept secure and only the right people have access to it. Look at this example. Salespeople, they have access to customer database. Finance people have access to only the payroll, which is what concerns them. And engineering people have access to only the code base, which is what is relevant to them. By this, we will be able to prevent unauthorized access to sensitive information. Now let's talk about multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security. So instead of just using a password, multi-factor authentication requires you to provide at least 2 pieces of evidence to verify your identity. For example, when you log into your email account using your password, that is the first factor. Then you might also need to enter a code sent to your phone, that is the second factor. These additional steps make it harder for attackers to gain access. Even if they somehow manage to steal your password, they still can't get in unless they have access to your phone for that second factor. So according to the name, multi-factor, that is multiple. It is not just one. So you have password and you also have one-time password. The last method we will look at for protecting confidentiality is training and awareness. The importance of training and awareness in cybersecurity cannot be overstated. No matter how good technology is, people are always the first line of defense. You can have a good firewall, state-of-art firewall, the best in the world. If your people are not trained, if they are not aware, if they are not educated, somebody clicking on a phishing email can give everything away, can allow an attacker gain unauthorized access to your network or to your system. And that's why training and awareness is very, very important. A great way to prevent data breaches is to train employees on security best practices, like how to recognize phishing emails and the importance of updating software regularly. Through continuous training and awareness, organizations can ensure that everyone understands their role in protecting confidential information. And this will be all for this video. I hope it was helpful. Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you and bye.